whatever, if you're stressed with what type of content can I make for my channel and stuff like that, is there too many makeup artists? Is there too many couples channels? There might be 1,000 makeup artists, but no one can paint the brush like you.
Yeah.
You know, no one can provide the commentary like you, because no one's you.
Welcome to The State of the Strong, an audio-visual podcast where we learn more about some of our favorite South African pioneers in all kinds of industries. I am one of your hosts, Sibu Mpanza. I'm here with the beautiful Lerai. How are you doing, Lerai?
I'm doing so amazing. Thank you for asking me, Sibu. I feel special now. But yeah, this is our State of the Nation address.
Yeah.
We're getting real.
Yeah.
We're getting down to the real things. And I really want to have fun.
Yeah.
I mean, this is our first time working together,
It is.
just like actually sitting down and having conversation.
Yeah.
So you guys are actually getting the first-hand experience of what our interaction is like.
Yeah, I love this. What we're here to do is to really find out what makes people tick. The people that we love watching, the people that we love reading, the people that we love listening to. And I'm very excited that our first guest is George Mnguni, none other than OK Wasabi. George, how are you doing?
I am good. Thank you so much for having me. Sibu, my lady. Wait, I'm not done. It's a joke.
Okay, sorry, yeah.
It's a joke, yeah. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. Sibu, my lady, Lerai, because your name is Lerai.
Yeah.
So Lerai.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd like to let everyone know that it's 10 a.m. and this is what we have to deal with at 10 a.m.
This is number 3.
This is number 3. He's already told 2 jokes before this. Wow.
I'm good though.
You know what? Let's just get into it, guys. This is, it's a different thing. So we've got a game.
Yeah.
Right? Sibu, what's it called?
The name of the game is 60 Seconds of Strong.
Thank
and basically what we're going to do is we have a beautiful big jar here. I wish it was filled with sweets, but it's filled with papers that have a lot of questions for you. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to give you 60 seconds to answer as many questions as possible. You don't get to think about it for too long. It's off the dome, George.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're
Okay.
a musician.
Aish,
Off the
sometimes.
dome.
Okay.
Do you have the timer ready?
I'm going to get the timer
Go
out
for
right
it.
now.
Sharp.
And Sibu's going to read the questions out to you.
I'm gonna just give you the piece of paper. Is your reading skills? Do we need to call Mama Angie?
Oh, so I'm reading the question.
You're reading the question.
Okay, I guess, yeah.
You'll be sharp.
Yeah.
Okay, I believe in you.
Sure.
Okay.
3,
Timer ready?
2, 1.
Okay, first question. How old is your Vaslap? Maybe a year. Let's go. In 5 years' time, I will probably be out of Oslo. Love is connection. It is understanding. Let's go. Video call versus phone call. Don't call me. My most used emoji is laughing or laugh. You know. My biggest strength is I can lift 30 kgs. Let's see. If I were an animal, I would be a cheetah. Those things are fast.
If they are fast.
Yeah, I don't cheat though. My current wallpaper is Spider-Man. Did you guys see Far From Home?
Fire.
Yo, we need to talk about that after this game.
The youth of South Africa are funny, hilarious people. This week I saw money. Always.
Fair enough.
Yeah. When I sing, I sound like Whitney Houston. Do you know where heart goes? The last meal I had was Amakeke.
Last one.
CBD Twitter is running Twitter.
Finished.
Congratulations.
Wait.
How many did I?
Did you say your Vaslap is a year old?
Yeah.
Is that
I have many Vaslaps though. You shouldn't have one Vaslap.
Yes,
Yeah,
okay.
you should have like a lot of Vaslaps. It's the theory of Vaslaptivity, but we'll talk about it later.
No, I would love to
Please
hear
can we
about
count
it
how many
right
questions
now.
he got
How many
through?
questions did you get through? 'Cause
We
that
need
was
to
a lot.
keep track of this.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And that is me doing commentary.
13.
In between,
Yeah.
that is true. You're
that's
pretty good at this.
Yeah, so,
I'm quite proud of you.
Yeah, you know.
After this,
Like
we need to talk about the Vaslap though.
And you know, Sibupela, me, when I was young, I didn't do cricket or rugby or anything like that. I used to actually do ballet.
Is it?
So that's why I can think on my toes.
Why do I feel... You know what? I'm so tired.
We're at like number 4 already.
I was about to say, I feel like you capping. There's no ballet. Efoslo.
Yeah.
What?
I should just jump on my fence.
Is that how you learned? Listen, George, you were talking about your childhood just now. I don't think you did ballet. But I saw a tweet about you, or a tweet that you answered a couple of weeks ago. And I think it was asking you, who's the funniest person you know? And I found your answer really, really interesting. You said your father was the funniest person you know.
Yes.
Did he have something to do with who you've become now?
I think so. I think we get some of our greatest traits from our parents. We are their legacies and stuff like that. So and so much of their personalities rubs off on us as people. You know, the older we grow, we might even turn into a version of our mothers and fathers and stuff like that. So I think. Yeah, he was literally one of the most hilarious people ever, and it came to him so easily, and it was just his personality. Very quiet guy, which I am also. Very quiet guy, very to himself. But when it's time to be around his friends, I would notice that the jokes would fly.
Yeah, he's the one making everyone laugh in the room.
Exactly.
We need you to bring back Goda.
Past 9.
Yes.
100% this year.
Please tell us what's happening there.
This I think it's already in pre-production in my head.
Yeah.
In your head.
So literally, last year I was doing so much television.
Sure.
Last year I was doing too much television, and it was great. And but this year I think I'm coming back full force to YouTube and creating my own content.
How was that experience though? Because I think, at least when I met you years ago, that was your main focus, right? When I met George, everybody knew that George wants to be on TV. George wants to be the next big presenter. Like, I could tell that as a kid, you were watching, on TV when those presenters came in before were you watching TV when the presenters came in between the shows?
Yes.
You were watching it back then. I have to double check.
I was alive.
There's a clear age difference in this room. So then, how was that for you? Because I feel like at the end of the day, I'm sure you don't feel like you've reached all your dreams.
Yes.
But that's a big deal, dude.
It was. Like, contrary to other YouTubers and other content creators, Sibu, like I always tell you, man, most content creators these days are going onto YouTube and TikTok and stuff like that to be big on the platforms, to be big on TikTok, to be big on YouTube and stuff like that. When I got onto the platform, I was doing it so that somebody can notice me on TV and like, okay. So I wasn't really, in my head, I wasn't like, I'm going to be the biggest YouTuber.
Sure.
So I didn't get in the game caring about subscribers, didn't get the game caring about the likes and stuff like that. I just needed 1 or 2 people to watch this thing, and that person happens to be working on a TV station. So even if it's 100 views, one of them hopefully is a TV producer and is like, this kid is dope, let's bring him on. So that's like the difference between me and what the kids are getting into too. The kids want to be huge on YouTube. It's a thing of they want to grow on YouTube, which is great because like we've been saying for years, TV is dying. TV is not so much in South Africa because it's going to take us more time than overseas and stuff like that. But I feel like people are like, okay, you know what? We're not going to watch TV so much. Like back in my day, from the morning till the night, especially during weekends, it's just TV. You wake up in the morning, Saturday morning cartoons, whole day you watch wrestling, you watch the 1 o'clock movie on ETV, and you watch Imizwilili. You watch
don't you
he said it with the voice.
Not all he did.
The voice.
You watch Don't Go Down with a Fight. It's Friday action night, and at 8 it's Anaconda. So the whole day you watch wrestling, WWE SmackDown with the whole day I watched TV. So that's what influenced me. I was like, I want to be Joe Mafela. I want to be, as far as I'm concerned, I want to be like, I want to be on television, And now I think people's influences are, I want to be Sibu Mpanza. I want to be Mihlali N. I want to be whoever's popping on online and stuff like that, which is amazing, which is great because now there's no barriers. There's no that one person needs to like you. There's no producer needs to like if a producer doesn't like you, doesn't matter. just go onto YouTube, open your camera, open your phone, and you could make yourself a star. It's not like now you have to go to auditions, have to please so many people. The industry is not gatekept anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's funny that you say that, right? Because I was just sitting at this table right now and I'm looking at you guys and I'm like, damn, guys, I'm really the odd one out. Not because I'm the only female here, but I'm sitting with 2 university dropouts right now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I am starting university this year. So I took a gap year last year. Yeah. And so for me, I guess I already have started working in television, doing social media as well. And for me, I guess I'm touching into the different worlds, right? What would you, because we're in a totally different age right now. Like my parents were telling me to be, okay, not my mother specifically, but our parents were telling us to be doctors, lawyers, da-da-da-da-da. But right now, it's totally different.
Yes.
So all those years ago, and this is a question for both of you guys, what were you thinking? Because
Valid.
I don't mean it negatively though. Like, what were you thinking? Because you didn't have a blueprint to follow, to be like, okay, no, this is how it works and this is how it goes. And I mean, it's all paid off now, but like, wasn't that a scary thing to do? Because that when you get that university degree, at least you have something to fall back on.
Sure.
What is it with YouTube?
What pushed you to do it? He dropped out twice. So I think I dropped out once. He even went back to try again.
Hey, you guys. I'm not going to get into it, but, it's just the feeling of sitting down. Yeah. Good morning, Lenas. Last week's assignment, there's nothing wrong with it, but me, it just, shook my body and stuff like that. I didn't like the experience, and it was a gut feeling. Yeah. At that point, it was a gut feeling of like, you know what? I'm trying to do accounting right now. I'm never going to be an accountant in life. Here's what I want to do. You can do anything in life as long as you know where you want to go.
Sure.
Even though right now you might know how to get there, but if you're determined to get there yourself and like put in the work, you will get there. Literally, you will get there. And like you're saying, it was risky, but I felt like the pain of the failure for me, if we did fail on YouTube and stuff like that, would be the exact same pain of me not ever trying, not giving it a try. Like looking back at 40 years old, like right now I'm actually 20 years old right now. So when
in soccer years, soccer player years,
when I'm 50, and I was like, man, I should have tried YouTube. I should have tried content creating. I might have been a successful accountant, who knows, and stuff like that. But I will look back years ago and say, damn, I should have honestly tried my hand in doing this thing, because it is possible. I'm seeing now the kids are doing it and they're doing it so well. So, sometimes you have to skydive, and sometimes you do it without a parachute. But sometimes the ground is a bed. I don't know. I don't know where that was going.
No, I'm very interested. I'd like you to carry on.
The ground is a bed.
Yeah. So, and things turn out not to be too bad.
I really thought he was coming with something profound.
Lerai, you need to learn that nothing profound is coming when it sounds like it is. Nothing is coming. George, I want to talk about one of your shows that you do. You collect money from people. Well, not you. You don't collect it.
I do.
You find people who have loaned money to others.
Yes.
You go find the ones that aren't paying back the money, and you say, hey, please pay it back. Yes. Isn't that terrifying?
It was because most of the shows are shot in the hood.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it's not a game. It's not a game.
What's the wildest thing that's happened to you?
The wildest thing, it's the funny thing. You know what? Here's the funny thing about that show. You would expect somebody to get angry and hit you and stuff like that. Before I started shooting the show, I was like, maybe somebody's gonna hit me. It's 26 episodes. Maybe somebody's gonna get angry and hit me and stuff like that. But the funniest thing is that the episode did come where it was a family who was angry, and they came outside and they started beating people. And they like the cameraman, the sound guy, and everything like that. And they let me go. they didn't touch me. I was like a parent trying to stop kids from fighting. Yeah. And everyone's just fighting around me.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's my size. And they're like looking at me and like,
Yeah.
Where are we starting this guy? Let's leave him. Let's leave him right now. Yeah. So it never happened, but I think the scariest part of the show for me was literally meeting new people. I find it very hard to meet new people. It's people. You know, I would say, Sibu, I'm very shy. I'm very quiet. And shy quiet group and stuff like that. But I'm very reserved. I keep to myself and stuff like that. Whenever I am making small talk, whenever I'm trying to meet somebody new and saying, "How are you?" You must know my brain is overworking.
Yeah.
So many processes are happening. Okay, what can I ask next? Am I not messing up my words and stuff like that? So it actually is a task for me to meet people and literally doing it with the camera looking at you and people getting coming here for serious issues. There's no jokey joke. People want their monies back immediately. So that was very challenging, but I think that show challenged me to be a better presenter and better speaker and better basically entertainer. So I am very grateful for the experience. And I think it made me better. And weeks later, I got my second show. And I was better. I don't think I would have done that show as well as if I didn't do the first one.
Multiple
we need
shows,
to give
guys.
him the drama
dabs,
clicks.
guys. The dabs.
clicks.
He deserves it. Multiple shows.
Hey,
Is TV everything you hoped it would be? Because I think there's a lot of kids watching you right now that are going, you know what, it feels like the Bonangs and everybody who's presenting, like this job is done with them. Like they've done it and it'll always be Bonang. It's not called TV presenting, it's called being Bonang, right?
Yes.
Do you feel like with you in the space now, it's still everything you had hoped it would be?
I think I make it everything that I hoped it would be. Because the shows that, I'm fortunate enough for the shows that hit me up, they're like, we want you to be you.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I'm fortunate enough, Uti, I built a personality online before I got into TV because people began to know me before they began to know OK Wasabi before they know George Mnguni. Because George is the presenter, right? Because they can't sometimes write OK Wasabi on TV. My South African audiences, anyway, so I'm George Mnguni on TV. So, but the people who hit me up to do these shows wanted OK Wasabi to be on TV. So I wasn't pressurized to be anyone else. I wasn't pressurized to do a style of presenting. I was doing the style that I thought in my head I'd always do whenever I finally get onto TV. So whether it's making jokes with a straight face that some people might not even get, it's fine. That style has been coined by me, and I will be doing it on YouTube and doing it on TV. So because that's how I came up into the TV, it is everything that I was hoping. Well, if not everything, most of what I was hoping it would be.
Okay, so we're used to seeing him in front of the camera, right? I mean, whether it's on TV, whether it's on YouTube. But I want to talk about your behind the scenes gig. When you were directing. Explain that for me, because I mean, was that ever something that you aspired to do when you were, looking to go into television? And just walk me through that behind the scenes thing, because I think that's also a conversation that we really need to be having. The stuff that goes on behind the scenes, what it's like, I think especially being, I'd like to coin you as like a creative entrepreneur. Because that's really what it is, the platform that you have created for yourself is your company, it's your work, it's your livelihood. And you have to put your creative juices into it literally every day. You have to be like, okay, what am I dropping? When you're directing something for a huge TV channel, what was that experience like?
That was out of this world. I couldn't believe it when they literally approached me to do that, and I was like, "Are you guys sure that I'm ready? I'm not even. How do you guys know that I can even do this?" But it was hitting the ground running and stuff like that. And you never know until you try. Honestly, like I always say, you never know until you try. And it was amazing, man. Like directing people is a different thing to directing myself and telling myself, hey, I'm going to do this because I know what I can do. I know my limits and stuff like that. But you don't know a person's limits. You don't know a person's style. You don't know a person's personality. So you have to get into people. You have to get into people, into knowing them, knowing their strengths and... knowing their strength. Knowing amandla wabo and
Hey, listen.
and their weaknesses and stuff like that. So that's what directing is, that literally knowing people's weaknesses and strengths. And so that was what I was doing for a couple of weeks, like literally saying, okay, this guy can do this guy can't do this. This guy performs well under this type of pressure. This person doesn't perform great under this type of pressure and setting. And yeah, it was an amazing experience. I hope to get more directing jobs. And yeah, that's like you said, that's always been also part of the dream. Okay, whatever that has to do with TV, I think I've always dreamed of it. Like looking up to directors growing up, people from overseas, people from here who directed amazing things like movies. I was from Steven Spielberg to Michael Bay, to everyone who ever looked up to who directs. And I was like, maybe in my older ages I'll probably direct some things too, and it happened sooner than I thought, you know.
I think it's very interesting that you bring up those overseas directors, because if there's one thing that I think is constantly like what we're told as South Africans is like, make your work so good that you can go overseas. Like that's a big thing that we're always learning, is like we're working towards leaving the country. Do you think that there is still space in the South African sphere? I mean, you've been in this industry for like what, 7-8 years. Do you think there's still space in the South African context, in the Mzansi context, to still grow your brand in 2022?
Yeah. I think, you know, it's so funny that you mentioned that, because South Africa, guys, South Africa was in its prime.
Yeah.
It's not just nostalgia. You know, nostalgia sometimes will fool you.
Yeah.
South Africa was in its prime in my young years, guys. From the 90s to the mid 2000s, we were making incredible television. We were making incredible television. Tsotsi came out of South Africa.
Yeah.
So Hijack Stories came out of South Africa. You know, Yesterday came out of South Africa. Those are amazing movies. So South Africans have the potential to do that. I don't know if we're doing content right now to copy overseas. You know, we are so focused on Vele, that thing. What we want to be. Let's take something from America and make it South African. Whereas back then, Umazwi, and not the one from Mazwi Nkundi, but like the stuff that we
that's what
no. I'm very old. What is that? Bambolwam, yes.
Yeah.
Bambolwam, Mzinizinsizwa, prime generations with Karabom Rocker or with Ntombi. Yeah, with Chicago and Spusiso Dom. That was like prime South African content.
In my head, Dineo is still locked up in Kenneth's cage. In my head.
Exactly. So we have the talents in South Africa. We have the strength, the power to create that type of content and stuff like that. I think I'm not going to say let's go back to that, because it's impossible. I know it's impossible. We just have to try to do better in the future. So right now, there is so much space to grow. There is so much type of content you can make. I was telling you, my sister Guti, whatever, if you're stressed with what type of content can I make for my channel and stuff like that, is there too many makeup artists? Is there too many couples channels? There might be 1,000 makeup artists, but no one can paint the brush like you. You know, no one can provide the commentary like you, because no one's you. Like no one's you. No one's can do it the way you can do it. So that's a different voice. It might be the same sector, but that's a different voice. And as much as Siafana is abantu, also Sihlugile is abantu, different experiences, different siblings, different childhoods. So there is so much that you can tell of your story, because even though there's 1 million people in Soweto, but no one grew up in your household with the same parents, with the same traditions, and that molded you as the person that you are today. So there's so much space, and there will always be space, because our voices are funny.
Yeah.
Okay, you're talking about space, right? And I want us to address, there's this conversation right now that's, and you know, we're talking about how the industry specifically it's changing, right? What is your guys' take as creators on this thing of now, you know, casting content creators in television or movies or whatever, when there are kids that are going to school for that? You know, you're a creator and you were directing a show on television. Like, and that's a format that has been overseas, and you know you were doing it here in SA. Like, what is that like, especially as creators? Like, what is your take on that side of things?
I think, you know, it's like it's like dropouts, and it's like I'll explain what I mean like that. It's like dropouts where they say Uguti, we only know of Bill Gates and whoever else dropped out because they were famous and they actually made it, but we never hear about the dropouts that didn't make it. You know, so it's the same thing I think, which applies to that, where there is sometimes people cause like mass hysteria where they think Oguti, the influencers or the content creators are taking up all the jobs. Where it's just one role, maybe even 10 roles, but 100 are still going to people who auditioned. The other people are still auditioning. The supporting cast, they are prime like legends who've been acting since 20 years ago, and kids who are getting roles from auditioning and stuff like that. It's just that because it's Okay Wasabi and everyone knows Okay Wasabi, he's in the limelight. So they will say, okay, this person is getting this thing because he's a content creator. I agree, Sharp. Maybe we could have gone to the person who...
To the after student.
Yeah, to the after student. But what if this kid is actually doing it as well as the after kid could have done it? Because this kid who's been creating content for 6-8 years and stuff like that, he hasn't been sitting around in jail randomly. He's been doing the work. He has the education, so he's been doing the background and stuff like that, and whatever he's been doing online is kind of like an audition. They're like, oh, okay, this person will fit in perfectly to here and stuff like that. Because I'm just seeing people who got picked up from the internet, and I'm like, that role makes sense. That role makes sense. That person is kind of like that, personality-wise and stuff like that. So, Sharp, man, it is disheartening for the kids to study and stuff like that. But let's not forget, Uguti, there are people who still get maybe even 80 or if not 90% of the roles on that show. You know, that person that you're crying about is because you know them. You're like, just like Bill Gates, you think Uguti dropping out is dope because just that he made it. But dropping out is actually very risky. You could actually bumper. You could bumper.
George, I want to ask you, when it comes to, you know, skills or personality types, what do you think is most important for you to survive in this industry? What personality trait do you feel like you have to have this, and if you don't have it, you need to work towards being this kind of person if you're going to survive for the next 10, 20 years?
It's resilience. It's resilience, because you're faced with so many things. You're faced with dropping a video and getting 10 views. You're faced with mean comments. Because mean comments are the loudest. They're loudest more than hey, that's a great video. You can get, that's a great video, that's an amazing edit and stuff like that. You can get 10 or 20 of those, you know, because they look at you and you're the same. Like, this kid is around the same age. We have kind of the same background. We're even from the same hood. But you made your circumstances and became something else, you know, so I'm going to project my insecurities onto you, you know, so you have to just keep the vision, tunnel vision, basically. You have to keep the tunnel vision, because they will come at you from different sides and try to bring you down, because there is nothing that we love as a people, as a human beings, than tearing somebody down after we've built them up. It's just entertaining. It's just drama. You know, that's the real life drama. To tear somebody down after we've built them up, it will happen. But you just have to keep persevering and knowing why you started this, who you're doing it for, and what is your goal. And stuff. It's very hard. It's so easy to say it right now on a mic. It's so easy, but go back home in your room alone with your thoughts. That's when it hits you. That's when the comment keeps playing over and over in your head. That's when your doubts, the voice is, hey, you should have went back to school. Your friends are buying houses and cars. Your friends are getting married. You're taking time. You would have had a steady salary by now. Medical aid, if anything happens to you. You know, it's those voices that come to you and like, oh, snap, am I doing the right thing? But if, like I'm saying, the voices will get louder if you ignore your dreams. The voices will get loud and say, aha, you have failed. That. The voices will get loud. If you think your voices are loud right now, but your voices will get immensely loud once you forget to change your dreams.
And when Sibu don't laugh at your jokes, man.
Exactly. You just know what to... Sibu, like a person like Sibu, I know when I do a joke, he goes back home and just laughs.
I don't know. I feel like everyone is, naturally funny. You get what I'm saying? We all have our different kinds of humor. But for you to to do it for a living and for it to be something that you actually love? Because I'd assume that for you to crack so many lame jokes, you have to love it.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Where does that come from?
Honestly, I think the earliest memory of comedy comes from primary school, where making the class laugh is something that felt really good. Like it just clicked, and like, oh, okay. And I don't think people in comedy don't treat comedy like a skill. They treat it like a language. You know, you may learn it or discover that you have it within you, but when you speak it, you don't think about it. You don't say, "Let me do English."
Yeah.
English just comes out, you know. You don't say, "Let me do a Zulu." That switch up was like literally a millisecond and stuff like that. So it's comedy is a language where you just speak it. It speaks naturally, and in life as a comedian, you just trying to find people that understand you.
Yeah,
you know. Other people can get lost in translation, like when people. And I say something amazing and you guys don't get it, you know. I just assume that you guys are lost in translation.
Over the head.
Exactly. But
we are not lost in translation.
You're 100% you're lost in translation.
Okay.
But a lot of comedians say the defense mechanism and stuff like that. I think I just enjoyed it from a young age and stuff like that. You know, it comes from, like I said, probably my family. My family is very hilarious. It comes from just seeing the effect comedy has on people, like the joy, the happiness, the laughter. You can use comedy for so many situations, breaking ice, starting a conversation and stuff like that. So it just comes from it's a feeling, it's a need that my head or heart has. There needs to be a joke right now. There needs to be something that will make, you know, the situation easier or, you know, friendlier and stuff like that. Yeah, there's always time for a joke. Always. Always. I don't care. Funeral.
Time for
a
joke.
Graduation.
Yeah.
You know, car accident. I don't care.
Okay, what joke would you tell at a funeral?
Please don't. Oh no.
You say, guys, everyone's outfit is amazing la. Nizikapile. Hayi shem la, yafiwa. Guys, they look on their faces. Thank goodness there's cameras.
What?
There's always time.
That was uncalled for.
There's always
You
time.
called it.
Yes, you called it.
Lerai?
Lerai, you called it.
You were supposed to be like, nah, I was just using funeral as an example.
No. I mean what I say.
Don't test us.
Don't test me. I've studied. I mean what I say.
George,
It's always.
I want to stick to what you're talking about now. And earlier we were speaking about your father in past tense, and from my understanding, he's not with us anymore.
Yes.
So how does that feel? You know, being a 27-year-old South African black man, kokasi,
yes,
and having to take care of your family.
It does get tough, you know. I won't even lie because but you know, I've this strange feeling, man, like where I believe it 100%. But everything happens for a reason, guys. Like life is so funny, man. Everything happens for a reason. Whatever's happening to me right now, it's shaping me to become the man I'm going to be in 5-10 years and stuff like that. I wasn't put on this path for nothing. I wasn't put on this path for nothing. I always make this joke with myself and saying, I'm taking care of my family, I'm the man of the house and stuff like that, kind of like that. And dad left when I was like 18 and stuff like that. And I'm like, isn't it so funny is it a funny coincidence or is it just fate that I'm the man of the home? This is not even a joke, guys. Like, this is something I say to myself. I'm like, is it a life's coincidence that my first name is Kaya?
Yes.
Yeah, is that a coincidence? My first name is Kaya. Like, I always think about that. Guti, does life know? Is our path set out for us and stuff like that, where my name meaning home and ended up being like basically the point, the center, the caregiver, basically the man of the house.
Yeah.
I think the reason why, like, sometimes think like, is that the reason why my dad gave me the name and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Is it the reason why life gave me the name and stuff like that? So it is scary. It is wild to drop out while you need to take care of a family and put some kids through school. But it's like, these are not dreams, man, guys. These are almost premonitions.
Yeah.
Where I see myself, Guti, I am going to be here. I'm like, not to toot my own horn, but I'm like, I'm too fire. Like, I'm like, I am honestly too fire. Like, the stuff that I do, the way that I think, like, I am one of the best to do this thing in South Africa.
Yeah.
Like, period. Like, one of the best. People still tell me about skits that I did a year after high school.
Sure.
And I'm like, if I left that type of impression on you, that means something. That has to mean something. Like, if people say, hey man, that thing got me through this and stuff like that, and you're funny. And I remember you were making videos in 2014. I'm like, man, things come and go, guys.
Yeah.
In social media, things come and go quickly.
Yeah.
We are just they keep forcing us, not forcing us, but feeding us content 24/7. So if you're able to create something that stays with the person and stuff like that, and you do it so well for so many years, I'm like, dog, this was it was meant to be.
Yeah.
It was meant to be, and I just have to fulfill my own promises.
Sure.
Because I just promised Guti, I'm going to shock myself, shock the nation, shock the country, and
shock us.
shock the world, and we'll see. That's always what I always say.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens next. Okay. Okay.
Wasabi.
Hey.
Man, I've heard you talk about the fact that ukulumis Jozi. Ne?
Yes.
And I think even just like everything that you do is you always repping for Sluras.
Yeah.
75.
Always talking about Ikota.
Yes.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
And those are things that make Mzansi
South Africa.
Mzansi.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? So what makes, I just feel like there's something, man. There's something, and a lot of things actually, that make South Africa a place like no other.
Yeah.
What is it for you?
Oh man, I think South Africa is amazing. I think it's a great country. I think the sense of humor here is out of this world.
Yeah.
I think there's no other people like us. I think we're a special collection of people. We have our issues, we have our problems, and stuff like that. But when it's good times, it is good times. Like we produce incredible things from Brenda Fassie to from Generations to amazing stories like Mandela and so much things that has our history is so rich, guys. Like it's amazing, and it's so wild to me for anyone not to be proud of where they're from if they're from this country.
Yeah.
Like I said, we have terrible things that happen in this country the whole way, all the time, but the great is so great.
Yeah.
This country has given me so much. I want to give back so much to this country too. And the people are some of my biggest influences, some of my biggest motivators, because we always find a way.
Yeah.
We always find a way.
Yeah.
And I think my attitude of there's always a time for a joke is also purely South African.
Yeah.
It is also purely South African.
Even at a funeral.
Yeah. We always make time for humor.
Yeah.
We will always make as a black people sharp, but also even South Africans and stuff like that. It's like there's always time for distressing. There's always time for distressing. So no, I feel like we are such a special group of people.
Yeah.
And wherever you go in South Africa, there's a story there.
Sure.
And right now, it's just my turn to tell the Fosloras story.
Yeah.
To try and put Fosloras on the map, to try and get people to know of there's a hood in the East Rand.
Yeah.
Very far from everything else, but special people come out of there, and I'm one of them, and there'll probably be more to follow. Pretty much soon.
Hey, I like that.
Trust me.
You come from a multicultural household.
Yes.
Your mom is
Xhosa, yes.
and your dad was
Swati, yes.
hectic.
Yeah.
Did that play into your comedy at all?
I think both cultures are very funny.
Yeah.
I think the top three funniest people in the country.
Okay.
Number one, Abesuthu.
Okay.
Yeah, just because Abesuthu. Just because they created the
Guys, have you ever heard how well George speaks Sesotho?
It's just that we don't have enough time, right?
No. I think we have enough.
Now we don't have
He
enough.
actually
Producers,
can't.
do we have enough time for
Can
one
he or
sentence?
can he not?
No.
Our producers say we have enough time for one sentence.
The thing is, I explain why I say Abesuthu are really hilarious, just because of the word Batum.
Yes.
I feel like that's an amazing word. Like, and then it just has so many variations.
Sure.
Batum Jesu Christ, Batum Mudimu. It's an amazing. Like I'm in shock. What's going on? Like Batum.
Yeah.
But like it's just amazing.
Is that his sentence?
There's
Batum?
no other culture that has created such a powerful word. Maybe the second best is kin.
Yeah.
But otherwise, love
But
those
we
people.
don't use that word as much as we say batung.
Exactly. Batung is, that's what I'm saying. That's the second best.
Who's
the
2 and 3?
2 and 3, I'll give it to Xhosa people. Hilarious people.
Okay.
Xhosas are very hilarious.
Okay.
And then obviously 3, the Zulus.
Yeah.
Zulus, yeah, it changes.
Sure.
Back and forth. But
At least he included all of us.
yeah, but all of the nations of South Africa pretty much have their funniness. But Mina, the reason why I say I speak Jozi is because I don't speak Xhosa, I don't speak Swati.
Yeah.
I might not even speak Zulu. I watch Spy and I realize I don't speak Zulu.
Yeah,
Same. I thought I did.
Yeah, I watched Spy and I thought I don't speak Zulu.
Fair
I
enough.
was like, oh snap, I don't speak Zulu. Lana, yeah, it's real things. Yeah, it's real things. Yeah. So I speak Jozi, which is a mixture of languages of whichever hood you grew up from. Yeah, which can be Afrikaans to Sotho to English to Zulu. It's not 100% because Zulu people will fight you for saying Iqanda.
Yeah.
You know, I don't say Iqanda, I say Iqanda, but it's small things like that. So if you're getting mad at small things like that, that means, let's just create a new...
Let's just make another.
Yeah.
That's what Fanagalo was, isn't it? So I guess, it's a melting pot, you know.
Yeah.
That's why I love Joburg, because it's such a melting pot. And that's why I'll never leave this place, Johannesburg, to go to any other South African province.
Yes, sir.
Greatest
greatest city in this country.
Yeah, Jozi is
without
amazing.
a doubt.
Gauteng is amazing.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's the...
Please, my
best.
sister, please
The
don't even...
best.
George, you're on the state of the strong.
Yeah.
I really want to know what keeps you strong. What keeps you going? You just said you're resilient, right? So we know you're strong already. But what really, keeps you going every day? Because that resilience has to come from somewhere. That strong has to come from somewhere.
Yeah. I think I just make sure that there's enough money in my card for the debit or the gym.
Yeah, fair.
That's the first thing you need to make sure.
Fair.
I think if it bounces back, I think you lose your strength for that month, and credit check. But otherwise, what keeps me strong? I think family. Family keeps me strong. My mother, my siblings. My mom is my rock. She's a black woman who said okay to me dropping out twice.
Yeah.
She's a black woman who said okay to me dropping out twice. She's a black woman who bought me the tools that I needed to start this very risky move that I did.
Yeah.
She believes in it. She might not understand it. She might not understand what is influencer collaborations and stuff like that. What exactly do I do? But she just believes in it. Sure. She just trusts me. She's a woman who trusts me, So I think that is my biggest sense of strength. My family, my mom especially. And friends, obviously, friends, as long as you have good friends, that's a support system.
Yeah.
That's a great support system. I started out doing content with them and I would call them up and say, what are you doing right now? Could you please come through for a video? And they would jump. And so I'll always appreciate my friends. And I think... what else keeps me strong is my influences and the people that I look up to.
Sure.
I see. Obviously, I'm going to mention him. I see Trevor. I see Trevor Noah, and I always look. I always read his book. I always look at his story, and he used to live in Yeovil.
Yeah.
He used to live in Soweto, and I look at that story and like. I've probably walked the same street
as him,
as Trevor has walked.
Yeah.
I've probably been in maybe the same. Texas and Joburg ride for 20 years.
Yeah, it's the same taxi.
I've probably sat in the same taxi as him. Now he's in America hosting The Daily Show, taking over from Jon Stewart, one of the greatest comedians. So that's a kid from Soweto who's doing that. Do you guys understand me? That's a kid from Soweto.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's seen Shawela, he's seen Bara, he's seen North.
Yeah.
Brie.
And anybody who's seen North has seen life.
If I went to meet Trevor right now and say, remember North? He's the MTN taxi rank. He's like, yeah. So can you see how closer that is?
Yeah.
That's really close. That means if he can do it, if that is the stars, at least if I reach for the stars and I fail, can I fall on a cloud?
Sure.
Shall I Kanye West? But if he can do it, man, and he's from Yeovil, I'm in Yeovil almost every day.
Sure.
I'm in Yeovil almost every day. Soweto I visit once in a while, what I'm saying? Soweto is not so different from Vosloo.
Yeah.
So like I said, inspirations and stuff like that. Every time I see him on screen, every time he posts on Instagram that I've just filled out the UK stadium and stuff like that, that is like, okay, motivation. you were just trying to chill today. Let's go record a video. Let's go sharpen the skills, because that's what content creation is. It's every day sharpening our skills, literally.
Okay, I think I see you as a bit of a visionary, right? Because I personally don't think that 7-8 years ago when you started out, you thought that you would be here, right? Now, so definitely you have to know what the next move is, or at least where you see it. Is because, I mean, is this YouTube thing going to be there? Are we going to have a new platform?
Yes.
What is it going to be?
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Yeah, the thing is, my eyesight is bad. I need to change these glasses, actually.
Awuhlekisi, George. Awuhlekisi.
Okay, where do I see myself in 5 years?
How much money do you want to be making, bro?
Hey, yo.
Where do I see myself in 5 years? Well, first of all, I hope there's still mirrors in 5 years, because that's where I'd like to. Okay, that is the last one. That is the last.
It's not the last one, though.
He's not even going to get it from me.
I'm glad,
He's
Lerai.
gonna keep
I'm
it.
so happy you're
because
here.
that's where I'll see myself, a mirror. Just in case you didn't get it, Lerai. Anyway, where do I see myself in 5 years? You know, I don't like to put my points, specific points. You know, I just summarize it.
Okay.
I just summarize it.
Yeah.
And my biggest summary for the past 5, 6, 8 years is that I want to be a household name.
Yeah.
You know, I want to be a household name. And, you know, people always say, hey, George, you're famous, you've made it now, and stuff like that. And, no. No.
Just plain
no.
And
No.
no.
You know, what does being a household name mean?
Yeah.
A household name, guys, is literally the grannies, the children, the people at home, the people who don't have much access to maybe the internet because of the country we live in. You know, the people who don't know much about the entertainment industry, but they know who Karabo Moroka is. You know, I can say that name anywhere. You know, I can say Tao Mukhale anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, I can say Chilorwani, Room 8 from Mzansi, anywhere in the world, and that's a household name. Sure. You know, that's a conversation that you can have. Kids used to discuss generations with their grandmothers and stuff like that. Yeah, you know, it's a thing that brings generations together.
Yeah.
Yeah. No pun. I swear, no pun intended.
Nah, I think
It's a thing
there was one.
No, I promise. I just realized that now.
Okay.
But it's a thing that brings generations together, and where people can just have a conversation about that thing. So I want to be a household name where people can conversate about me.
Yeah.
You know, you can say, "Yeah, you've made it now," but only people with the internet know me. Only people with data know me right now. Only people who know social media influencers or anything like that know me right now. But I want your mothers to know me. You know, I want your grannies to know me, and I want your nieces and nephews to know me. I want them to sing my songs.
Yeah.
I want them to repeat my catchphrases. I want George Mnguni.
Yeah.
You know, I want the surname to be huge. I want Fosloras to be huge. You know, as much as we know LA because of Snoop Dogg and Kendrick and The Game and stuff like that. Yeah. As much as we know Los Angeles and stuff like that, I want Fosloras. I want people to tell me the streets of the name of the streets in Foslo. You know, and they've never been there.
Sure.
As much as I knew what Harley Grove is from listening to so much Lil Wayne and New Orleans and stuff like that, I want people to know Fosloras. You know, and I'm probably going to do that pretty soon. I don't know how. That's why I'm like, I don't like to put points.
Yeah.
I just say I want to be a household name.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Is that how you want to be remembered?
Yeah, I just, as if my tombstone can say, hey, Bekahlekisa. That's
Finished.
Don't put my date of birth. Don't put anything. It's like, hey, Bekahlekisa. That's the only thing I want. Like, that's sometimes even don't even put my name.
Yeah.
Just say, hey, Bekahlekisa, and people walk by. I want tombstone kabandle.
Yeah.
Anyway, baba. I want people to. That's how I want people to remember me. Yeah, that I performed my talent at the highest level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, man. That's some strong stuff. Household name. You
I
heard
still
it
wanna.
here.
Next time I see you, I wanna know like the steps, because I feel like I should be getting the formula from you guys.
Yeah.
Like there's a. It's a new game. It's a new life. It's a new age.
As much as we can give you the formula, it's so funny because whatever's going to happen in the next 10 years, by the time you're our age, it's going to be so different. It's going to be. When we started YouTube, there was no TikTok.
Yeah, man.
When we started, guys, do you understand what the single was still being dropped on Friday?
Yeah.
There was still promotion. Rappers and singers would drop 3 songs and then the album. Now all you have to do is pop your song on TikTok. Somebody just needs to do a dance to your song on TikTok and then you've blown up. You know? So things change every 2-5 years or something like that, like crazy. So when you see us again in 10 years and you're a star and you've made it in YouTube or whatever you end up pursuing full time, it's going to be a different formula to what we did. Because as long as we posted every Thursday at 5 o'clock, people were there to watch. You might have to jump through more hoops. It's amazing. Like it's so great that the kids are just posting content. So it's not even Lerai. You were talking about planning, post-production, pre-production, and stuff like that. These kids, put a camera on and say, "My friends are here. We're about to eat, and let's just talk about life experiences."
Sure.
That time, Bana 19.
See, 19.
Hey, life experiences is break time.
It's break time.
Is putting Amachili babies in a blazer pocket. But it's a perspective that is also other kids want to hear. Other kids also want to hear, hey, my girlfriend did this to me and stuff like that. And like, oh, snap, you're going through the same thing. And maybe even older people are like, same. Then the kids are all right. They are going through the same struggles that I went through. Don't worry, kid. You're going to be good. You're going to be fine. Yeah. So I'm just so happy about the kids embracing themselves, embracing the content creation and truly expressing themselves at all times. At all times. Like, we're so open, we're growing, evolution 2 million years ago was just maybe the Neanderthal growing fully formed arms. I feel like evolution now in this lifetime that we're seeing is just better understanding of people. Better understanding of people's personalities, sexual orientations, because imagine 20 years ago, the kids then are not the kids now. Kids these days are so understanding. They are so open. They're so vibrant, and they're down to talk. They understand. They have more understanding than kids 20 years ago had. So I'm so proud of them. They're doing great, and I think they should 100% continue.
I love that. I mean, I don't think Neanderthals are going to be happy that you said they have no arms. I think if they were listening to this podcast, they would be very, very upset.
But Sibu, right, this is the state of the strong podcast, right? So there's this thing that we're doing, right? And I need you to be serious about this. We're being serious.
I'm always serious,
Ne?
100%. I'm always serious.
What I want to know is, what is your message of strength to Mzansi? We've been talking about the future, about what's been happening. What is your message?
Yes, I think I lived my life through quoting music. I quote too much music. One of my favorite songs is by Pro Kid. It says, "Press up, push up, panda." Ne?
Yes.
Ubano te bonke bazokuthanda. Hey, focus. I love that song because it's just 3 minutes of motivation. And he's saying, like we touched on earlier, Uguti, not everyone's going to feel what you do. And I'm not just talking about content creation. I'm just talking about there's people you used to chill koneni with, who used to do not grand things. And then if you want to leave that life behind and just go get a job, not everyone's going to be happy with that decision. Also, go than us. You think you're better than us, because you're trying to leave this life. I think keep just pushing through that. Keep pushing through that, because not everyone's going to be on your side. Whoever is on your side, be grateful for that, but also be your biggest cheerleader. You're going to need those words of encouragement. When you feel like giving up, honestly, it's this easy to give up. But you can ruin your life in a day. You can ruin a 2 years work in a day. It's so easy. But even if you fall down, there's still another day to get up tomorrow. Honestly, there's still another day to get up tomorrow. And if at first you don't succeed, pick yourself up and try again. I'm sorry, guys. I listen to so much music. But literally, guys, these things people always say them. When we were kids, we were hearing people always make these same speeches and stuff like that. And like I said, it's easy to say this on a mic. It's very easy just to say it. Try again if you failed and stuff like that. But honestly, that's the only way. That's the only way. We never hear about the people who failed. We hear about the people who persevered.
Pressa. Pusha Panda. Well, that was our message for today. Thank you guys for tuning in to the State of the Strong podcast. And thank you for being our first guest ever.
Yeah.
I think he really set the tone for what this is going to be. I can't wait for us to have more fun with this.
Yeah.
More jokes.
I mean, I hope not as
I'll come back for season 2, don't fear.
No, season 3. Let's skip season 2.
Yeah, I'll come back for season 2.
No.
You know what, Bull Brand?
Yeah.
Let me be the third host.
See, he comes
You know
in-
what?
Why you gotta be
And
like
that's the
this,
announcement,
though?
guys.
We
I
were
am actually the third
such
host
a nice
of the State
note.
of the Strong. My name
being
is George
so
Mnguni,
nice.
aka OK Wasabi. You've been watching the State of the Strong, brought to you by Bull Brand. My name is OK Wasabi. Those are my co-hosts. They're not important. Go check us out on YouTube, on Twitter, and you will know what their names is. All it matters is that you know my name. I'm the third host. And yeah, you've been watching the State of the Strong. Peace, guys.
And honestly, that's all there is. We're not going to
don't let
say.
him have the last word.
I'm going to let him have it. You know what? It's episode 1. I'm going to let him have it. Lerai, you've been a wonderful co-host. I really enjoyed hosting with you. You're amazing. And yeah, we'll see you guys soon on episode 2. Bye.